you look at these things, and what those soups tell me is, Rich, why would we do a building project that puts our line on the jeopardy, or you know, our career on the line and in jeopardy when they fail? Because what happens is, and they start second guessing those people. Joy is close to retirement, but on the same token, as much energy as she put out and it failed, if she had a board that wasn't supportive of her, like some districts do, they're gonna say, you know what, Angie, part of the problem is you as superintendent. You're out of here, we're gonna run it again. Not that I didn't, you know, the guy that retired before me, they did, you know, the same thing. They said, Rich, we're expecting you with your experience to make this pass. Well, the fellow before me gave it a pretty good try and it failed, so what's my magic? You know, that put a lot of stress on me to come in here and my expectations where they've hired me now to do a job, I better do it.
But it does, you are set up to be very successful. You have a great breadth of knowledge when it comes to building, so I think they made a wise choice.
Yeah, actually. I mean, after, you know, you look back on it, I was glad that I did what I did by leaving, even though I didn't like leaving the district after 1 year. But any other questions on what you've seen, why we've done it technologically? I mean, you know, we've tried to say we're planning for future, even though we know tomorrow it'll change. This is a good example right here that, you know, having Wi-Fi available, having this in a college idea, we think will promote our kids wanting to go further on. That's our goal.
Mm-hmm.
And
thinking?
Having 14 rooms for future, what better thing can you do here? You know, we got, you figure I figure each classroom runs about $100 grand to build one. So here I got, you know, 14 of those sitting here waiting for 3 kids to come in with a new teacher. And color-wise, you know, I recommend, if you can afford it, an interior decorator. That gal did a tremendous job for us. She brought everything in early, and we'd look at it. She'd say, here's this color, you know, about this. And, you know, we relied, and I think you guys mentioned, if your school board runs your district, really, you're in trouble, because not that anything against school boards, but their expertise isn't where the areas we normally need. And our board's been great. Matt's crew comes in and recommends to that board for construction's sake something, and they look it on and say, you know, if it's sound and you agree, Rich, we're gonna do it, rather than vice versa, and they make the decisions on that. That can create problems. So their board, our board, was entirely behind us here. And the other thing, I think, you know, our architects and our construction people, part of our agenda every month, it's not an option. They have volunteered to agree to do that. They know, the board knows that they're bringing it in, whether it's concerns, problems, timing, pictures, updating, they're kept in the loop, and I'd recommend that. Most superintendents don't do that either. Then there's a problem, they point fingers and say, geez, why didn't you tell us about that, Matt? When, you know, should have been known. But you know the difference now, I guess, you know, to conclude this stuff and we're done, is that planning is important. Your time you put in advance is just like what you do in your jobs. You know, if you're gonna go the extra mile and prepare for what you're doing, probably you're gonna be doing a better job of what you're doing. These things are no different. But I look at this and say, when I retire in 4 years, and this is here for 75 years, have I done my justice to this community, giving them the opportunity that they don't have to come in and gut this thing because we did something wrong, or add on to it? I think I can honestly say to the board and the others, we did. We did the full force to make this, you know, facility upcoming, and you can see why people all over Lewiston, Joy said, I'll take your building in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. It meets the curricular needs, instructional needs, the sizing, the cost, and she has different architects, but you know, that's just opinions.
All the way down to the mechanical system. Middleton doesn't have the horsepower to do big plant systems, so this particular building is all rooftop units, independent. So if one goes down, the whole building doesn't go down, just that area, and it can be returned or maintenance. I mean, all those kind of things have been planned through what the community has available to service as well.
All right, no other questions? Assignments, anything, any problem on assignments, how they're going? Okay, hang in there, get them in as you can, and got questions, jump on that NNU email. I'll be glad to get you an answer. Okay, we'll trail out of here and get you going.